Hello again, whiskey friends. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. 1 week before Christmas Day. This is going to be our last Whiskey Wednesday of 2024, essentially. And it's going to be a good one. We've got all types of surprises planned, lots of news going on, and the best part, we've got to hang out with Trev tonight, my tag team partner, tag team champions. We are going to go over the week 4 Advent Pour and ultimately crown an Advent champion. And then at the end of the show, we also have another blind flight that I get to torture Kelsey, Trev, and Darrell with. So thank you for joining today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. Well, let's get to it here. I know we have 17 of our whiskey friend competitors that are anticipating what is going to happen here with this reveal. I did not mean to confuse everybody with that week 4 pour, but I certainly did, and we're going to get into that shortly. So before we get into all of that, let's bring on our panel here tonight. Start with Kelsey, who's going to be doing these blinds in front of blinds, bringing on his spirit animal, Hendo Spirit. Kelsey, why don't you say hi to everybody?
What's up, everybody? Cheers. Blinds in front of blinds. Let's go. Yeah, the week 4 pour. What the hell? That's all I have to say. Holy crap. That was so different. And I loved it. I kept playing with it. And I was like, finally, I'm just going to fucking submit. I don't care anymore. I spent like 30 minutes trying to play with it, trying to figure out stuff. And I was like, no. All right, I'm good to be last this year again. So we'll have fun with Trev.
You aren't the only ones. The Vascos sent a picture of their aftermath of trying to do the blind, and it was like a whole table that was just covered in Glens because they were trying to compare things, and nothing was working, apparently. Well,
so that's how they do it. Like, they don't actually just sit down and try to figure out themselves. They have to pull out multiple bottles. Now I see their strategy. Well, if I had done that might be a little bit easier.
I gave everybody the samples. I didn't set the rules. We can't police everybody. As long as they don't have one of those like digital proof things that people put in the barrels. As long as they don't have that, I am fine with anybody's process. I would also pick things knowing that they would have a hard time comparing.
There you go.
Darrell, why don't you come on, say hi to everybody, and let us know what you thought of that week 4 pour.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, week 4, man. I wouldn't say it was like, well, actually, it was crazy different, but it was right up my alley. So we'll see. We'll see how I did. I felt a little confident. I just didn't know kind of maybe where it was from in a sense, but we shall see. It was definitely a good pour. Definitely a good one, but very different from the first 3.
I got to pour it myself here. Hopefully everybody that has the samples has at least a little bit nearby. Wait till the reveal, though, before you finish this thing so you actually know what you're drinking.
Got it.
So let's bring on our special guest here, who was also equally thrown off by our week 4 pour and what he volunteered himself for. Let's bring on tag team champion, Trev the Bourbon Wrench. Hey, buddy.
What up, what up, what up?
Yeah, he pulled it off the wall.
Yeah, and I'm just going to wear it the rest of the year. Fine. No big deal.
I'll put it right here. I'll put it right here.
Dude, I Garrett, what the heck? Glass 4. I know my guess is just going to be completely wrong. And I know for a fact because I was trying to game the system by giving completely different guesses. So maybe I'll get one of the guesses right.
I had a completely different idea of what it was the moment I tasted it here.
Me too.
Like,
Oh,
I
beer?
honestly think this is a Clonakilty finished Irish whiskey now. After tasting it again,
The-
but
Wow.
that's not
Can we taste
anything
it?
close to
Can
what
we
I
taste
put
it
down.
right now? Is that what we're doing? We can still taste this thing?
Yeah.
You
Still
can
taste
just
it.
save yourself some.
Still taste it, save yourself some. And I'll kick it off now. So, in addition, and I'll explain this thing later, but I gave each of you a bonus pour. Pour that, and you are welcome to drink it and compare it to the week 4.
Get you another one.
Now, only Trev, Darrell, and Kelsey and I have this bonus pour, everybody, but I'll get to the explanation of that later. But I am
think
going to
they
ask you a
already know.
question about this comparison, and I do want to know which one you prefer between 4 and the bonus.
So they're two different Clonakilties. Okay, I got you.
Nah, I think it's what I struggled with, and I think that's what he did.
What are you saying it is?
But I won't.
Clonakilty, it's an Irish finished whiskey, cask strength.
Clone.
Clonakilty. CLONAKILTY.
Let me actually taste it.
I know what you're thinking,
Hold on.
Darrell.
Yeah, I haven't tasted it, but that's
So
It's just crazy to me. The nose, from the nose to the palate was so different that it just confused the absolute heck out of me.
Oh no. Okay, so it's not what I just said, Jeff.
I understood why you said that, though.
Definitely like the week 4 pour better.
Yeah, it's the same distillate. Well, same type of distillate.
So now it's rum. Now we know it's rum.
Mm.
Dude, I said it was rum.
Spoilers,
was wrong?
spoilers, Kelsey.
Oh shit! I said it was like
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's light whiskey. We'll find out.
Dude, I said that was. I still don't even know. I don't even know. I guessed it was rum because of how like sweet it was, but I was like, I don't freaking know.
Dude,
What's up,
Jason,
Jay?
what's up, buddy? Skull, buddy.
Let
Good to
that
see
guy
you.
on here.
Man,
Is that a
haven't seen you in
nerd?
forever, buddy?
Do I see a nerd down there? I see a nerd right there. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
See ya.
Top dog can be first, but he ain't in person. Just saying.
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Man,
Yeah,
we got a whole bunch of people in chat we haven't said hi to yet. Why don't we say hi real quick? I'll get the presentation here loaded. And
Okay.
then we can talk a bit more. But feel free to compare. Ultimately, my question is, did you like 4 or did you like B better?
All right. So Sugar Kitty was in first tonight. Meow. Good to see you. EJ is in the house. Marty, party. Look at you beating Top Dog. By the way, Marty had a great stream. If you didn't get to catch it with David Jennings, make sure you go back and watch it on the rewind. It was a really cool interview with him last night. Well,
Cheers, everybody.
Wilmington Piper, cheers to you, buddy. Hit the like button. Tyler Smith is in the house. Kylie Drams, Jake, good to see you in here, buddy. Tony, Bag of Donuts, what's up, buddy? Feliz Navidad to you.
Freaking nerd.
Stacy, our good friend that was on last week, is in the house tonight as well. Love those Irish pours. I did let one of them sit overnight, and it literally oxidized so bad it was like muddy wash.
gosh.
It was crazy.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Douglas Papa, cheers to you, man. James Morgan is in here. James B is in here. Mark B. All the B's are in here.
Look at all these nerds in here. Dang.
JG is in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Say hello to your lovely wife as well. Peter B is here. Cheers to you, Peter. Always good to have you in here. Mark Vasco, we learned you and your wife's secrets. You've been pulling out bottles and comparing all this time. So you
Assembly line
cheated.
over there.
Whatever it
Cheers,
takes
Richie Z. The legend is in the house. Cheers to you, buddy. Bill Reynolds is here. Cheers, Bill. Let's see who else we got. Bourbon. What a
What's
big
up, man?
nerd.
Hey, buddy. Oh
Let's-
man, now you he figured out how to make you highlight his comments. See? Of all the times that he's yelling at us that he puts normal things that we don't highlight, you highlight them.
Joe, the sample guy, is in the house. Joe, your hand delivery should be coming soon this week.
All right, I got the
Bourbon
bell on
Hunter
track.
Lee is in the house. Good to see you, Lee.
up, Lee?
Henry Turner, our good buddy from Central Arkansas, as well, is in the house.
What up, Henry?
Roman Carter, cheers to you. That's a new name I don't remember seeing.
Seen Roman
Roman,
around.
he's a nerd
Yeah.
for sure.
Joe, cheers to you, buddy. Top Shelf Dustin, good to see you in here. Trev is like 10 years younger. Trev is like 40 years younger than us. He's just a baby.
I'm coming up on the big 3-0.
Wait, that was a compliment to me. He just called me sexy. Thank you.
Wait, you're not even 30, Trev? Jesus.
No, he's a baby, man. Our good friend Cheech, cheers, buddy. Cheers to you. Todd Ritter, the executive producer, is in the house, and the best note giver that I've ever seen is in the house. OH is in the house.
You guys just
much
figured
for
that out. I
doing
knew that like
tasting notes.
years ago.
There's Krista G. Cheers to you. We were just talking about you. Northwest Bourbon is in the house. Good to see you in here. We're getting close to being caught up. Tom Shanley's in the house. Cheers to you, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Good to see you in here. Jake is kicking us off tonight with 4 entries. Thank you so much, Jake. We'll get into the super chats in just a minute. Jerry Black, good to see you in here, buddy. You got some stuff coming to you as well. Should be there this week. Will T is in the house. Russ L, good to see you in here, and we are caught up. So
Nice.
Awesome.
ACT.
Well, then everybody, Kelly Drams got us kicked off here. But let's go over the super chats tonight. We'll actually have 4 winners. And in the Christmas spirit, I think I did a terrible job describing what the heck this thing is last week. But essentially, I have been giving out these Advent boxes. I know we're getting real close to the holiday here, so maybe we'll call this one a New Year's box, depending on how you want to do it. But what this contains is 12 blind 2-ounce samples so that you have a chance to enjoy it, see what you were drinking on the list, and then try the rest of it not blind. So
Nice.
somebody is going to get to enjoy this box here. I have had a ball making these. I think I've made, I don't even want to count how many I've made. It's actually part of my no floor whiskey plan is to like overly share, especially during this month. Then Kelsey, why don't you describe your flight?
Yep, Mark is in for a few there. Doing a turkey flight, so we'll do some Russell's Reserve picks as well as some Dusty Turkey in case you guys haven't got to taste any Dusty Turkey or I've never tasted it. I just like to share that because once you taste it, you'll get addicted and then you'll be on a wholly different trail. I promise you.
Down the rabbit hole you go.
Exactly. So we'll do 2 of each. And Darrell, what are you doing this week for Super
I'm
Chat?
gonna throw in some 4-gate, man. I love me some 4-gate, so I'll throw in like some banger stuff. Actually, they're pretty much all like banger stuff, but I'll throw in some really good ones. Some Kelvins, a couple early releases. I got a whole shelf of 4-gate, so whoever gets that's gonna enjoy some good whiskey.
Oh, good deal.
And then the last one, this will be an additional bonus, but I do have a flight of everything that we have been drinking over the last month. I've got 1 full sample pack left. So
Nice.
I will send this Advent flight to somebody as well. So 4 winners tonight, to be clear.
I bet.
Oh,
Man,
Lance,
man.
love you, buddy.
Hey, wait a second here. He put the port finish and not the sherry finish on there, Lance. Like
He's probably thinking of the NBC.
he's
being
thinking, well,
right
you
up
had
there.
2 barrels for hope in your
I
top 10
did.
list.
I did.
But Lance did have the sherry finish as his top finish whiskey of the year. So
The sherry finished.
Bill and I will
Dark
take credit for that,
Arts.
Lance. Yeah, the dark
That one's
Arts.
good too. I like that white port a little better though.
Yep. All right. Top
Well,
Shelton Dustin is
Lance doesn't anymore, so that's all that counts. Ah,
Trying to figure out which one I like better, man.
I think I like I'm thinking the 4 is like a finished version of this.
They taste very similar to me.
Okay.
Dude, something's totally there's something similar, but then like also totally different.
Yeah, I think obviously to me, I think that the 4 is a lot more fruit forward, and that's why I
Yes.
like it more.
Okay.
I mean, it's not even close. Like you get the backbone of whatever the distillate is from between the two, but that fruit forwardness really makes me jump for that one 4 pour. So
There's just
as
something that lingers
OH
in
can
the mouth.
attest, we have a fruit forward type of vibe, Jeff, Durrell, and I.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me all the fruitiness.
Darrell, are you in camp 4 or B?
Probably 4.
Okay. Validation. You just want to understand what that comment means until I get to it. Because, of course, there was some tomfoolery with this whole thing.
Of course there was.
Of
I
course
swear,
there was.
next year I'm doing this freaking thing. And you're not getting to do it. No matter
Oh
what,
man, here we go.
I'm doing it.
Did I
Well,
make
let's
it
get
come
into it here.
back?
So we have the 2024 Whiskey Friend Advent Challenge. Thank you to our 17 competitors who opted into this challenge, which was very difficult. Though when I explain the whole entirety of the flight, I think people will understand my vibe by the end. What we had everybody do, though, is try these 4 samples over the last 4 weeks, guessing proof, age, type, finish, state, distillery, and bottle, just like our panel did as well. Going into this, though, this is a competition. And first place, by the way, who is currently the Vascos, what they will win if they keep this score, whoever comes in first place, is getting a 4-gate from me. That is a CBO single barrel from last year. It was
so good.
my favorite bourbon of the year last year. It's a 10-year MGP that was toasted and a single barrel that was picked directly by the owners of 4-gate. Somehow these are all up in my area even still. I think I've bought 3 or 4 of like the 160 of these in existence. And somebody will get one of these tonight.
Yeah, it's a real
Now, also promised that there is going to be a heavy competition for second place, one way or another. And everybody impressed me so much. I'm throwing up another bottle here for second place. I'm putting up a Kentucky Owl Batch 12. I've been able to get these in my area discounted. So I keep picking them up, and we'll be able to share this with somebody. I don't know if those deals are going beyond Northern Kentucky or some of the online retailers that I see. So whoever comes in second at the end gets this Kentucky Owl Batch 12.
Oh, man.
So heavy competition. Vasco's 31 points, significantly in the lead. We will see
By
if
cheating, I'm
anyone
just
can
saying,
catch up to them.
cheating. Anybody can cheat. I mean,
Hey, I'm close.
Kelsey, you always got an excuse.
I'm
OH right behind, 24 points. EJ, Tyler Smith, Big Vic. Now, I will say there is a huge bottleneck. I know I'm showing only the top 5 here, but there are a whole lot of people between like 17 and 20 points. So the field is tight.
Oh, man.
All right, we ready for this?
yes, let's get the pain over with.
I want to see what the heck this is.
So first off, when it comes to proof,
Look at us, Darrell, right on the spot.
What's the actual
majority
proof?
of guesses
Oh, we
were
can't see it.
between 110 and 119, and that was the right range that you wanted to be in. But you even saw some people thinking this was under 100 proof. So it was drinking that smooth to them for what it is. But the proof in the end was 160.
No!
Nice.
Chelsea!
Holy crap.
Damn!
So Kelsey and Darrell both hit it, and
Nice.
they get the bonus point as well. So they stole the bonus point from all the other 17 competitors.
Jeez.
Nice.
Noise. I literally changed it from 117 to 116 last
What?
minute.
I changed
Who
it from
changes 1 point proof for? I changed mine from 130 to 120 to 105.
Right,
I changed
Trev?
mine from 113.
We only work in fives, right, Trev? Like we were
Yes.
doing that the whole time.
I literally went for. I started at 130. I was like, oh, that's hot, and then I drank. It's like, it's there's nowhere near it's that hot. And then I was like, by the end of the sample, I'm like, that's lower proof.
Oh,
right.
man, I'll be watching JG.
JG, you
Good
are
luck,
up
buddy.
tonight, buddy. Oh man, what a lineup we have tonight between this
I'm next
show
week.
and then into Jason's show with
Absolutely, it's
Blend
going to be
too.
awesome.
Good luck, JG. We'll
Good luck, JG,
promote
buddy.
you later on here. All right. Then when it comes to age guesses, the
shit,
surprising thing about this was the coupling in two different kind of extremes. 7 to 9 years was a lead guess, and then 13 plus was a lead guess. 13 plus was the area that you wanted to be in.
I truly thought it was 15. Oh, it was 18.
And Mark
What?
B is the closest and gets the bonus point. Congratulations, Mark B. It is 18 years old. He guessed 19.
Ha 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 ha. Okay.
I don't know.
That was the most evil laughter, El.
I know what you did. I think.
Well, there we go.
Yep. I knew it.
So, when it comes to type, I did pull some shenanigans, as I always do. We talk
Mhm.
about the 4 square rum. Oh, gosh, I just already said 4 square. We talk about the rum all the time. We know we got the Black Bourbon family into it, but this was my opportunity to get more people into it, why we rave about it, or to discover maybe you don't like it and you don't have to listen to our ravings. Either way. But what we are drinking is some delicious rum. What I do love about the chart that's on the screen right now, look at the variety of answers across all of our competitors. Like everything under the sun was guessed for this pour. Trev, now that you're learning it's a rum, what do you think, buddy? You knew you guessed it was a rum, but now it's confirmed.
Yeah, and it makes me wish I didn't second guess, because the moment that I tasted it, I was like, the first sip, I go, the residual effect, the aftertaste, I was like, that's rum. But then I started backing like, man, what could it be? I don't know rums. But then I started, man, the nose kind of smells like bourbon. Like
Ex-bourbon
it's just
cast.
crazy. So I started making crap up. You'll see my answers here in a bit. Yeah.
So that is indeed the direction I'm going in, Darrell.
Mhm.
When it comes to if this was finished or not finished, this was technically finished, which may be the thing that was throwing some people off, particularly with the age statement. I thought that was
He's
interesting.
doing technically now.
No, it's ex-bourbon
Means-
cast. That's finished.
Well, it wasn't just ex-bourbon cast. If it would have spent the entirety of the 18 years in just those casts, we wouldn't have called it finished.
Oh,
But I had to do some research on it. It was aged 8 to 10 years, vatted and blended, and then a year later re-barreled, which is what gives it that new, that freshness there too on top of things, and gives it that double oak note, which was throwing people, well, not throwing people off. A lot of people were saying that too. So when it comes to the state or country of distillation, you wanted to be in not the U.S., but we did have a lot of people thinking Indiana.
I think that's more of just knowing
A light
you than
whiskey, I think.
anything else.
I think they
It was
think
light.
Indiana's
It
a
was light whiskey. It was
Good.
light
It
whiskey.
mixes
That's what
me
a lot
up,
of people
man,
fell
but-
into.
Yeah, it's certain notes that are very, very close to rum.
Kelsey, I'm proud of you for not guessing Ohio, but somebody else did, so they kept the course burning.
Well,
So then when it came to the rating of this pour, I'm always interested in these ratings. All the pours, by the way, I did an average of all of them, and nearly all of them were the same exact rating. So all the pours I gave were somewhat polarizing and ended with like a 7.5 score in the end, which is interesting to me. I want to dive into that later. But a lot of people loved it. Some people were a bit iffy on it. Trev being one of them.
I mean, Yeah, I was telling you guys earlier, but I definitely I let Sarah try this, and she loved it. She was all in, liked it way better. She's like, oh yeah, I could drink that. That's great. And so I was like, well, I don't love it like you do, so I just subtracted whatever her score was. I don't hate it by any means. I could knowing that's rum. It's definitely people need to give that a try. I think I just liked the other one better. The bonus.
I'll tell you though, like I'm not sure exactly which one he sent, but there's some really, really good Foursquares, like way better than this one. That like may sway you in a different direction, like real quick. Like this one's good, but there's ones that are levels above this one.
We're gonna come back to that comment, Darrell. You're hitting the nail on the head in a few ways on my shenanigans that I was hitting to with that B sample. So then when it came to distillery, yes, Stu, you wrote Foursquare, not Fourgate. An hour before we went live, Stu started freaking out. I was like, I said Foursquare, right? Not Fourgate. You did say Foursquare, Stu, and congrats to Stu and Darrell for guessing the right distillery. Then when it came to bottle guesses, somewhat shenanigans on my part. No one guessed the exact bottle.
Yeah, because it's freaking like an NDP almost.
No, it's not. It's actually an official release.
Oh, the Covenant.
So,
I don't have the Covenant.
This was a part of the Exceptional series. Now, for some reason, I can't find the bottles that I actually bought. The Turks came over to my house like the day after I poured all these, and I hid all the bottles, and now I can't even find them at my own house. But it's the Exceptional series of Foursquare. If you ever see this label, this is not the exact one.
What is that? Is that newer?
This is a different one. I'll send you guys a sample of this one. This one's the Magisterium. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Mark, I was on that same train when I first tasted it, and then I thought it doesn't have enough malt flavor on it to be an American single malt. So yeah, I can see which way you would go that way.
So one thing I did do, I bought the Covenant because I wanted a Foursquare, I wanted an aged one, and I wanted it to be ex-bourbon because I knew that could throw everybody off. I didn't want any sherry in there. I didn't want Madeira because they do that too. When I opened B, which is actually the untainted Covenant, by the way, I was disappointed in it because it didn't give what I wanted everyone to experience as far as a high-end Foursquare rum. And this is how crazy we can be, everybody, just so you know that we just do this on a regular basis. I just spent $180 on this bottle to share with everybody. I was disappointed in it. So what's the best thing to do with it? Blend something into it. So Darrell, I had a couple ounces left of the 23-year Lost Cast that was also ex-bourbon.
Yeah.
I poured that into the bottle, and that's what you're actually drinking for week 4.
Okay, not the bonus.
The bonus is the untainted.
Oh, okay. So
week 4 is actually my blend of the different rums because I was disappointed in the core.
Got it.
Bottle.
Disappointed.
Man, I cannot wait for next year. Oh, I'm so gonna do something so mean to you.
Now, that doesn't impact the proof because they were actually the same proof. And it doesn't impact the age statement, even though I did put some 23-year rum in there.
All I hear is wah, 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 wah.
What?
Covenant's 18, right?
But you already confirmed that I picked the better choice, right?
Yes, absolutely. The week 4 was better to me.
There's some shenanigans.
Always, Trev. It wouldn't be a good Advent without some shenanigans.
Jeff, did you get this one? I've left it up for a few minutes, but I want to make sure that you saw Tim Cornet's.
All right, Tim, I'll get that one in there right after this here.
Perfect score would have been 20. Jeez.
So perfect score would have been 20. So as you can see here, somebody scored 11 plus. 2 people scored between 8 and 10. And then we had a whole lot of people that were confused by my rum pour. Sorry, everybody, for the confusion. I really hope you enjoyed it, though.
I still have some of that smoke wagon for you, Jeff. Just for you.
Oh
Just
man,
for
who
me.
scored 11? Was it Stu, or was it I?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Because he got bottle, so it had to have been Stu. Wait, no, I didn't get 13. How'd I get? No, how's that right?
Dang,
You got
4
13.
points.
You just said somebody scored 11. Oh, 11 plus.
11 plus.
Oh,
So when it came to our scoreboard, yes, Darrell and Stu did own this one, especially having the 4 square guess in there. That really helped out. But of course, you and Kelsey were dead on proof too.
yeah. Holy
So
shit.
then from there, we got some names: Todd Ritter at 8, Mark B at 6, Top Dog at 5, and DMC at 4. No Vasco's on the list.
Uh-oh.
Is the door open?
Who was third? 08? No, second was OH.
Oh, Vasco's. Hold on.
Dang.
35 points total. Congratulations.
But Stu,
To
they
the
did get the
Vascos.
bottle that Darrell beat them, so they still get a bottle even though Darrell beat them?
So, yeah, I'm ignoring Darrell's score. Congrats, Darrell, at doing well, but we're going to celebrate the Vascos. So
That's all right. I got my vengeance.
send
They kicked
you-
my butt last year. So
I'll
I'm
send you the 4-gate. Congratulations. And you are the 2024 champions. You get to sit side by side with Tyler from last year as being our 2 champions thus far in this Advent
Nice.
Challenge. Stu, oh my gosh, great showing, buddy. You jumped up into the 2 position. It's so funny. Right before this on Patreon, Stu was like, I know I'm top 10. Hopefully I can jump in the top 5.
Wait, jumped all the way up to top 2.
You did it, buddy.
You jumped up to 2, buddy. So I will send you that Kentucky Owl. Congratulations.
You know, what's interesting about the untainted version of the rum is that there's the note that it finishes on is off-putting to me. I don't
just
know.
think
I can't describe it, but there is a note on the finish that turns me off. It's no bueno.
If I wasn't confident in the blend, Kelsey, I wouldn't have actually sent this at all.
Yeah.
It's the blend was my Hail Mary to give the rum experience that I was
a
hoping
whack
for.
for twist.
Uh-oh.
It was a whack for twist.
We got a motley crew coming in here.
the 23 definitely tamed it down.
Ah,
What's up, buddy?
cheers, buddy. Cheers,
Those
Aaron,
nerds.
Sam,
Cheers, guys.
Jason.
Is that
Good
Sam?
to
Aaron?
see you guys.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Keith got to get in here.
Yo,
Cheers.
what's up? There's everybody. We're gonna we're gonna have some good steak and good pours.
Good pours, man. Monday and Wednesday. Look at you guys.
Yep. Some nice turkey
Ooh.
pours. So
Dry ice some to me, please.
It's a lot of nerds for one room.
it is. And for one little small camera.
Get nerd.
Oh, shit.
Get to you, Trev.
Thank
Love
you.
y'all. Oh,
Cheers, buddies. Thank you, everybody who participated through this. I'll put the full scoreboard like I did yesterday now with the week 4 so you can see it. But, man, they're created a log jam there. I mean, look at this top 5, especially with that second place competition all within 3 points. So congratulations, everybody. That was fun, and I hope you had fun with us.
No, it's definitely a good time.
That was I think that was a good little a final pool, like a final sample for everyone, just to be like, hey, you can really make up ground or you freaking lose.
Yeah.
There's always a moment with everything I put together, Trev, where I just like to remind people, you signed up for this.
You're not in control.
I second guessed myself a bit. Yeah.
What was how much was that bottle?
180 and then tax and stuff. So
Okay.
180 though.
That's really disappointing.
That's one of the more expensive. Like you get the ones that have dates. So like the 05, 07, 2011, those bottles are only like $79.89, right? And they're all 12-year, but really, really good. All ex-bourbon, no other secondary finish. Well, some of the ones that he got now, like I thought it was actually the Shibboleth because I have that. That's another 18-year that they did.
Mhm.
I haven't got the Covenant or the other one that you got, the Magisterium. But those ones get, when they're like 15 plus in age and double finish, they're around that like 130 to 160 range, which is a little much. But for somebody that's wanting to try it, try like the 05s for like 89, dude, like those one or the 2000 ones. Very, 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 very good.
Yep.
For half the cost, you know.
Yeah. Jerry, thank you, buddy. I'm so glad you're enjoying the flight, man.
So
cheers,
far,
buddy.
Right, 114.
All right, I rambled too long. It's
all right. We got 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get
one last plug. Now, while I plug this, guys, we've got a blind flight left of just 3 samples. So, Trev, Kelsey, Darrell, you're free to get into the ABC that we sent there. We'll go through this little plug here to keep everybody up to date with the channel stuff. And then let's talk about the sample. Per the prior weeks, I am trying to learn something off the flight that I gave you. So take it seriously and actually do some side-by-sides. Kelsey.
Oh,
there anything
whatever C is horrible.
Oh, C's horrible?
Horrible.
Oh, man. I haven't even noticed the
do?
color.
There's no need to do a side-by-side with C. It's just gross.
Oh, God. Now I'm worried. Let me drink A.
What? It's honestly, it's one of the craziest colors, dude. The thing's like freaking.
That tastes like bad hairspray and something else.
Look at A and C. What?
C.
No, I'm just saying the color on C is like blood.
Yeah, the color is really dark on C.
It is much darker, even in my dark basement.
Oh.
So everybody, I have been working on this behind the scenes with the hard truth pick. So I actually do have a link right now. So we're putting this thing in motion, got all the details needed, been working with Seal Bach, been working with Hard Truth to get this thing going so we can get this thing in people's hands. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drop the link at the new year. That way we're not worried about it over the holidays. So coming Friday, January 3rd, which will give us some time, that is when we will drop the link to the Patreon and the private groups. So if you are in our Patreon, Dusty Dan's, Drifting Drams, or you're in Poor Nerds, which is, Gary's channel there, you're going to get the links first, and then we'll take it public and take it to the Facebook pages and everything else. So if you're interested in the hard truth, be sure to jump in one of those Patreons or Facebook pages and join our private Facebook page as well. You can go and search for it. I forgot to put the link in the description. One of these days I'll remember. But get into our private group. That is how we distribute those links and distribute the news. Really excited for this one and getting this one in everyone's hands. Now, this one will be going through Sealbach, as we're saying too. So more details to come, but that's another preview there of our first or last single barrel of the year, depending on how you want to look at that.
Exactly.
He added Pinot, something Pinot to the C.
Paint note. To which one? The dark one?
Yeah. Am I need to be thinking about anything, or what am I doing with these?
All you're doing is telling us which one you like more and why.
Okay.
So
I feel like the first two were similar to me, and then I don't know, like I'm trying to think of what Jeff was his thought process with these were.
Why's my light off?
Can I choose D? None of the above?
Interesting.
I feel like the first two for sure are like a brand that I'm not familiar with or I don't have many of.
You said for the first two?
Yeah. I feel like Jeff did something to the C. I don't know.
I did not blend. I did not taint these in any shape or form.
Finished one then.
Kelsey, going back to the nose on the third one, the dark one, do you like the nose? I know you said that the palate's nasty.
The nose is okay. The nose is okay. It's not good to me. It's just okay. Like, it's kind of nominal. But C tastes like straight up hairspray and something else. It's
Dude,
horrible.
that's like port or sherry bomb.
If it's
over-
finished, it's way over finished, whatever it
Super
is.
finished.
And the first two, I agree with Trev. I think the first two are very similar, but none of these like hit my palate like I would enjoy any of these. I would never go back to these. I don't like this profile.
No, A and B almost
Interesting.
smell identical.
Oh, C's not terrible.
Are they?
It is terrible. You need to drink it again.
It's definitely finished, and it's probably port or sherry because it gives me that old. I always use the analogy of freaking I Love Lucy when they're freaking inside the damn crate, like smashing on the grapes, with their bare feet. Just reminds me of like just old grapes. And I usually get that on like some port and sherry typically.
I will say that oak is similar throughout all three of them, like the oak profile.
More port than sherry.
And I enjoy that profile. If anything that I like, that's probably the one thing I do like about all three of these is the way the oak presents itself on the nose and the palate. I just think C is way overdone or something funky on it because it just comes across very astringent and harsh. It's drying. I will say out of the three, A is the most pleasing for me.
I take C.
I think
I like that.
I do on C. I do not get the overwhelming. I think the nose sets me up to like it more. I don't think it's as overly finished. I think the palate's like, if you don't like finished stuff, I don't think you're gonna like that.
Yeah,
I love finished whiskey, but
I think it's like a super heavy one.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you. I think it's whatever it's probably sat in for a while. Like I got hit with similar notes when I first had that K-Luke Keenan. Like it's very finished, but it's very good. And I'm not saying this is by any means that, but it reminded me of like the amount of like the finish you get on this whiskey.
do you get more drying notes on 3 or C than A and B? Because I do.
Yeah, I think it almost feels like it was, what do they call it? Like a wet finish where it had freaking wine left over.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
it almost
it
has like an astringency, right? like the
it's so dark.
Tannins, like the tannic thing kind of is as if you almost drink the wine itself.
I dig it.
I'll say the more I drink it, the more I'm liking it, though.
Maybe
that's just alcohol. The more you drink, the better you like it.
There's something off-putting on all of the finishes to me, like A, B, and C.
Let me go back to A and B.
Rinse out for me.
Notes that are coming through. The oak on the nose is very nice, but on the palate for A, B, and C, there's something on the finish that just is off-putting. The drying is part of it, but the tannin notes that come through on it really just not my thing.
I think the thing you're talking about at the end is what I'm getting to, and it's almost like I don't know if it's a grainy. It reminds me of certain like craft whiskeys.
It
has that
100%. I could see that
finish to it.
Yep.
So A came across a little younger than B for me. C, and I'm not really going off the darkness, but I think C, it comes across older. Like I'm probably in reverse order, like CBA in terms of what I like more. But I do like that heavy finish of C.
Do me a favor too, guys. Give yourself a rinse out.
Oh, I've been drinking the whole time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be sure my rum influence didn't continue to taint things after my blend. But
Jeff over here is like, dude, holy crap! I sent him the best things I've ever had.
No, B's good.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
There's still something even on B, Darrell, that maybe it's the tannin notes that I just don't like.
Because is it really drying on the back end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also bitter. It's also bitter.
I get that too.
Yeah.
It has a nice flavor though, like front mid. Like the finish is nice, but it does get bitter and it just leaves my palate dry. But I like the flavors, that you get within the experience of it. But it is, like you say, it is bitter and drying. But I don't mind that. Like and I'm not saying that's old, but I like oaky whiskey, right? I don't mind getting like not super dried out, but like I don't mind that. So that doesn't bother me with this one. But I think the flavors on C for me personally, like on my
OH, I think that's part of it. Yeah. I can see what you're saying. I wouldn't say it's sulfur, but I definitely like the burnt matchstick note definitely gives me like it's not on the nose, but it's definitely on the finish of the palate.
On C.
It's on the finish. I got it right now, Kelsey. I know what you're sensitive to. It's interesting though, because I've never detected it before the rum's leading into it. So I do wonder.
Dude.
Ed!
Dude, thank you so much, Ed.
Come on.
Louise.
Dude.
You're
Thank
freaking
you,
bad.
Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Holy moly. Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you,
Are
buddy.
you talking about Glass C?
On all of them.
I
There's an overarching note of that throughout.
don't know where the burnt matchstick. That is like the perfect note.
That's why
it.
OH
That's
should
what it
be
is.
fucking a note giver writer because he just comes up with the perfect saying that I'm tasting, but I can't verbalize.
I mean, that's
Oh, I just got a mean cab note, dude, on C instead of freaking port.
I think it's cab.
Yeah, like a heavy cab freaking
It's
note.
weird though because
Reminded
when I
me of-
taste it, when I smell it versus when I taste it, it's different to me.
Oh,
Now,
man.
the nose on C is really opening up a whole lot. You're getting more of that finish notes, which I like on the nose, but the palate to me is just, I can't do it. Can't do it.
All right.
Curious what
Catching
it
up
is.
on super chats here. So everybody, just a quick reminder. We do got the super chats going on. We're going to have 4 winners tonight, one of which is going to receive a curated advent calendar from me. A little late, so we'll call it a New Year's calendar. But it will be 12 2-ounce samples.
24
In
ounces
there.
of whiskey.
24 ounces in that one box. Kelsey has a flight of turkey that also includes some dusty turkey.
Yep.
Darrell has a 4-gate flight. And then as an added bonus for our 4th winner, I also have samples of everything that was in the advent calendar this year for the Patreon challenge.
So we'll
So
shut
Trev.
off super chats in 7 minutes, guys.
What do you
What are we
got going on, man? We haven't taken the chance to catch up with you, buddy.
He's a world traveler, man.
I know, man.
Yeah, freaking work. Everything like so much, but it's like we planned this trip, and then the moment we booked it, my work life completely changed. Everything changed. So it's been complete chaos.
geez.
But we still go on the trip. We come back, and I've just been battling real life work and trying to maintain like this work too. So it's just been crazy. And then it's freaking holidays. This day you got to go here. This day you got to go to this family member. It's just, you know how it is, madness. But we're working on getting. I won't go into too much details, but our picks that we're doing, we're kind of dabbling into going through someone else, shifting the cards. So
Nice.
that's
Okay.
basically that's the end of the year. Just get through the end of the year and
experiment.
freaking make 2025 better.
Well, dude, I appreciate you spending time with us during all this chaos. Jeez.
Hey, after I work this week and Monday morning, and then I'm freaking off for Christmas. So I don't care. We'll get through there. We'll get it.
All right. 3 more days, Trev. 3 more
And
days.
hey, I'm drinking with a bunch of nerds on a Wednesday. Heck yeah.
Hey,
Isn't that the gamer night?
Word.
Yeah, I cut it off early. I said, guys, for one, I ain't even having fun right now. This game sucks.
Freaking Warzone.
All right.
Oh, man.
Well, leaving.
We dislike work.
Yes.
Leaving sample C to the side right now. I really want you all to concentrate on A and B
Mhm.
and which one you like better.
B.
hey.
Hold on.
B for sure. For me.
Okay.
They smell similar though. They smell really similar. But taste to me a little different.
Things I like. I think maybe B. Yeah, I'm gonna go B. Just log it in.
All right.
Like B.
What was your choice, Jeff?
If I were to go through this, so C I did put at the end for a reason, but A and B are the real comparison, similar to last week. You know, let's compare 2 things I really want you to compare and then throw something crazy in the middle.
Mhm.
But I didn't throw it in the middle, Kelsey. I threw it at the end.
Thank you.
But I think I do like B, but I wanted everyone's opinions before committed to that.
Yeah. I like B more.
TCT.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
There's that pencil shaving
Yeah,
note
buddy.
in B as well, Jeff.
It's interesting. I don't know. When we get to the reveal, we can talk about that a bit more because this isn't a brand that I would typically associate that with, Kelsey, though you pointed out and you're sensitive to it, which is, gosh, we haven't hit this before. I'm trying to think if we've had this before all together, whether we've hit that or not. So I am intrigued.
If we've tasted this before, it's been a long while, or it wasn't memorable for me.
I like it.
Interesting.
Gives me a little MGP vibes, but gives me like a mixture of something else too.
See, it
It's
to
almost-
me, doesn't give me MGP.
No.
If anything, it gives me a craft vibe. But then, like the more I get into it, it could be like it almost even. I might be talking out of my butt, but almost like a dang Yellowstone vibe or something.
No, I would say,
Mhm.
Trev, like to me, this tastes like what if there was a craft finished Jim Beam product.
Yeah,
This-
there's almost like some sort of peanutty thing to it.
Yeah, so it gets like it's
Hell.
like a beam profile is probably part of the reason why I don't like it, but then it goes on like a different like craft note that on top of that
Like,
goes.
could that be like Ezra freaking Brooks or something?
Cheers,
I'm looking over there. Like the more I smell it,
Thanks, OH.
cheers, buddy.
Cheers, OH.
no.
Thank you, buddy. OH was texting me at like 12 o'clock last night, and he thought he had all the answers in the pour. And I was like, oh, I can't respond.
Whiskey juice, I freaking hope not, because this is the
Yeah.
fucking no. It's a
No.
no way.
Actually, his question, though, actually has relevance, right? So the reason that we did the pour last week was to determine, A, in our minds, when we start blinding things, what should be in our tournament at the end of the year. And this is actually containing potential candidates for our tournament at the end of the year, which is interesting that it has rubbed Kelsey the wrong way, but Darrell likes them.
Must be
We're gonna
your
get into
candidates because it sure as hell ain't mine.
Dude,
You'll have to
Kelsey
see when it
freaking
comes to the
hates this
reveal
one.
here.
No,
I mean,
Is it the freaking Keenan?
maybe.
if this is the Keenan, I'm going to write Jonathan Mazzano as soon as we're done and say, "What the fuck were you thinking?" There's
I
no
would-
way.
Dude, I like it.
No.
I like all of these. I'm still confused.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
Jeff
lucky
is
that
putting
I
these
like
in
B.
parentheses. And you know what happens when Jeff puts these in parentheses is that he kind of likes them, but he's not ballsy enough to say that he doesn't like them that much. So
I like all
Jeff.
3 of these, to be clear.
Yeah, you can keep them. Thank you.
I wonder.
So,
Oh, Jeffrey.
Let's start with
I think I know what you did.
let's
I
start with
think I know. What you did.
let's
I'll
start
go
with
off the first
Trev.
reveal.
Let's start with Trev. Trev,
Okay.
what is your official order of this blind flight?
Oh, I think I know what you did.
Cheers, Joe. I'm glad that you liked it. That particular one was 143.7, and it's a fucking killer. It's a really good bottle. All right, we're shutting off super chats as well, guys. If you missed out, we'll have some opportunities later on to do that.
There came another one.
Oh,
Just in time.
Mark Vasco,
Mark.
cheers to you and
buddy.
your lovely wife. We'll put that in. Thank you so much for all that you guys do and support us as well. So that's the last one. Jeff, we've got about 4 minutes left before we turn it over to Jason in just a few minutes.
So Trev,
Yep.
what is your order for A, B, C? Make it official.
I think it's BAC.
So B.
Yep.
Okay. B, A, C.
Yep.
Last to first or first to last?
B is my favorite.
Okay.
I will say I
Darrell?
don't hate C. I
Reverse order.
don't dislike C. I don't hate it like C.
CBA.
I would put that more like it's to me just in the middle. Like it definitely grew on me. That first pour, I was like Kelsey, like, whoa, what the heck? That was a bit extreme. Then it kind of warmed up to me, but
it dulled your palate is what happened.
it tainted it.
I think I know what you did.
Kelsey, what's your official order?
D, A, B, C.
Get
All
D
right.
out of there.
So you like A as your number one.
Yep.
Now, let's test D. Blend them all together.
Oh, that's gonna be even worse. That's like that's gonna be so horrible if you blend those.
Well, the
If I
first
had
three
to
from the
rate,
free-
if I had to rate these, I would go with Darrell's order:
Yep.
1, 2, and 3,
Whoa. Wait.
or C,
Reverse.
B, and A. C,
Okay.
B,
Yeah.
and A. Yeah. So
Wait, C is the favorite?
For me,
C is
Okay.
my favorite.
You guys have been
and then-
drinking hairspray.
dude, I think the rum messed you up a bit. I bet that's the Keenan. I bet the first three are okay, Luke.
If they are, I'm so sorry, Jonathan.
So let's get into the before we get to the reveal. Let's go into our winner.
Going to what?
So let's go into our winners of the super chats here tonight.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank
So
you,
that we
everybody.
can-
I'll turn this banner off here.
Get into the reveal and get off the channel so nobody throws stuff at me.
Just wonder if that's batch 1 and batch 2.
Gosh, I hope it's batch 2 because I had batch 1 and I really liked it.
I haven't had batch 2.
All right. Here is everybody that is in here tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. We're going to have 4 winners tonight. First winner is going to be the Advent/New Year calendar. Second winner is going to be Kelsey's Dusty Turkey/Russell's flight. Third winner is going to be Darrell's 4-gate flight. And then the fourth winner is going to get samples of our Advent flight. Now, if you already had this flight, be sure to share it with somebody or just get to explore it again. Trev, how many times should I randomize this wheel?
2.
All right.
2 times.
2 times.
Just simple.
Let's do it for the calendar first. Cheers, everybody.
Is that Ed?
Ed.
So Ed sent me a
Ed.
message. Ed sent me a message. He said if he does win, he'll take whatever this is, but take his names, remove all the rest of his entries, so everybody else has a shot.
All right. Cheers.
What was that one though?
Cheers,
For
Ed. You get the calendar.
calendar. Okay. So yeah, he said remove all entries for him.
All right. So now let's go on to Kelsey's flight.
Let's do
Good luck,
it.
everybody.
Doug.
Doug!
Doug, the streak continues, buddy.
I'm gonna have to find some different Dusty because I think he's won my Dusty flight the last time I did it. I'm gonna have to find some different Dusties to send him.
I know. I think about that sometimes. I got to keep better notes of what I've sent people.
I just remember doing it, so that's the only reason I remembered it. I mean, literally.
All right, Darrell.
4-gate.
Your 4-gate flight.
Let's do it. Mr. Basco. Nice.
All right. Congratulations, Mark.
And
Oh!
your lovely wife. I'm sure you'll share that with her. Maybe.
All right. Now for the Advent flight. So you either get to re-experience what we experienced before or share the joy to somebody else. Good luck, everybody.
OH.
OH.
There you go.
Wait, he tasted these though. You got to mix them up. And
He
do
did. Well, OH, you get to experience these again or share them with somebody else. I'll leave it to your discretion there on what you do. But either go through these and all your notes again. But congratulations, buddy. And thank you so much to everybody who supported us here tonight. And, threw in on this crazy Advent challenge. This has been crazy.
Did you want to do this, Jeff, real fast before you reveal?
Do what?
Do what?
John Cloud says, give my t-shirt away as a bonus spin.
Oh, John. Oh, thank you, buddy.
We'll do that real
Okay.
fast.
Let me pull the wheel back up. I still got it.
That wheel you got there is pretty nice.
Ethan Turk, man. All right. Still ready to go, all randomized. We will spin the wheel one more time. Thank you, John. We'll put another t-shirt out there via John Cloud. All right.
Tim
Nice.
Cornell.
Tim.
All right.
Tim, if you're still here, I'll be sending you some links. That way we can order you your size and the style that you want. Cheers, buddy.
Congrats, buddy.
Thank you again, John.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
John Cloud's a dude.
All right. So we'll go through the reveal of the flight that we had and then send everybody over to Jason's where they got to root for JG.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
877 MASH now.
All right. Darrell,
Jeff.
what do you think today's flight is?
Hey, Luke.
What do you think each pour is then?
8, 9 Keenan. Batch 8,
Close.
batch 9, or 7, 8 Keenan.
Which one do you think is 8?
8, I think, is the second one, B.
All right. Darrell is along the lines of tonight's flight. So what we have is a K-Luke flight, batch 10,
Oh, I didn't even know they were at 10. Okay.
versus the Keenan
That's the
Which
first
batch?
one, right?
We know which one that one is. This is the first batch.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then
Okay.
we've got batch 8.
Okay.
Is that the order? ABC.
So those are the 3 bottles.
Oh,
Obviously, we know C is the finished one. So C
Yeah.
is Keenan.
I
So
don't
when we
own
go
a single
to-
K Luke, so I have no idea when you say the Keenan. I don't even know what the freak you're talking about.
Ah,
It's a
I'll go
Cabernet.
through it, Trev. This is actually
Cab
why I
finish.
gave it to you, because I didn't think you had any of these yet.
I haven't had any of those.
So, Trev, we're going to go in your order. So, third place, which was a bit divisive here, probably because of the finish, was the K. Luke Keenan, which is finished in Cabernet barrels.
Oh, Darrell.
Mhm.
You called that.
So, Darrell did have that one head on there. This is the 2023 version, or 2023.
Yeah.
There's a 2024 that just came out here.
Yeah.
So that is sample C.
Interesting.
Dude, I like that.
Mine does not taste like that. I'm gonna go home and taste that because mine does not. Taste
Dude, Kelsey, he might go home and just shatter the bottle.
Dude, it's so good. I love that bottle.
So when it comes to the blind inside the blind, that was samples A and B. Trev, you liked B
Yeah.
as your number 1 overall.
Yep.
So what these are, Trev, are blends of low rye and high rye bourbons from Kentucky and Indiana.
Okay.
So we can interpret that as we will. Batch 8 is your second place, and batch 10 is your first place.
So batch 10 is glass B.
B.
Yeah.
Is B.
I haven't tasted 10 yet, so
Oh, that's crazy because 8 was the one we tasted on stream with him, right?
mhm.
Correct.
Oh wow, and I remember really like it was still good, but B
I
was
think the rum fucked me up. I agree with you, Jeff.
It's
So
the
I like-
rum!
I like B. a
I
lot
like
better.
10 better than I liked 8, and I know we liked 8.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to learn tonight, was which one may or may not be nominated in our blind flight later.
I like
I liked 8, but I still don't think any of these nominations would be in the whiskey of the year for me.
We'll have to find out here now.
Watch it be
Kelsey.
in his
We'll
top
see.
5 when we do our
It
tournament.
won't. It won't be.
I mean,
It won't be.
I want to say something that might be polarizing, but I don't own any of them. I'm sure they're great people. I really have not been blown away by any of their stuff. So it ain't for me.
That's all
I
right.
still think the rum fucked us up. I will say that.
I will. Yeah. I would like to retry it without the rum,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, those are expensive, aren't they?
No,
No,
109.
105, 109.
That's expensive, bro.
110 to 130.
Not when you look at what it's put in the barrels. I mean, he's
Yeah.
sourcing barrels from Four Roses and MGP that are over 8 years old.
So that's Four Roses stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
See, that's what's maybe the rum did, because that didn't. I would never in a billion freaking years even say that was remotely close to a Four Roses.
Yep.
That's
We
the
might be
MGP
influenced. We might have been rummed.
Yep. We were rummed. Guys, I'm about to wet myself, so I'm going to go and jump off. Trev, love you guys. Love everybody in chat. I will talk to you guys later. I'm out.
Later.
See ya.
Later,
Cheers,
buddy.
brother.
Yeah, I like this stuff. Yeah, the Keenan just hits me in the right place, so I'm not sure where Kelsey was today with that. Because I know he likes the bottle. So I don't know if the rum affected him. It didn't affect me. Like, because as soon as I tasted it, I was like, wait, you don't like it?
I don't know, dude. I'll be honest, too. I think there's just other finishes that I would pick over that.
Yeah, it's a heavy finish though, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Like
Mhm.
there's subtle ones that are like wine finish, right? That are more manageable. But like for someone that doesn't like an extreme finish, which I don't mind at all, rubs some people the wrong way, you know,
Yeah.
because there's no denying that it's freaking finished, right? Some people just like to get a hint of like finish notes, not really have like a blend of like the wine and the whiskey
Yeah.
in a sense, right? Because you kind of get that feeling with this, like it's not wine forward, but it's definitely finished forward versus like, you know,
And
whiskey
it
notes.
definitely it grew on me as I drank it too, for sure. I think it was just shocking. I think without knowing what you're getting into and you try that was like balls to the wall real quick. And if you're not expecting that sort of finish level, I think you could immediately be like, whoa, I don't like that. I ain't screw that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like my last sip before we started revealing. I was like, oh, that reminds me of Cab. Like, it was a singular note, and I was like, I don't know, it just hits me sometimes in weird places. I'm like, oh, yep, I remember that freaking note. But yeah, that's a good. I like it personally. But
Oh, you got the theme dead on though, Darrell. You were like, "That's Keenan," and I know where you're going, Jeff. And I was like,
Yeah.
he called me out again.
I didn't know what you were
glad I've never
comparing.
tried these because I had no clue. I was like, dude, I don't even know what the freak any of these are. Definitely, I will give them that for sure. So if they're getting barrels from wherever, I will say they sure do make them not taste like anybody. They make them taste their own way because I feel like I've never tasted any of those three ever.
It does some blending over there.
It's a good combination. I think the I don't know, the Kentucky and Indiana with the high rye, low rye mash bills, they make interesting combinations. And what made me want to put this flight together in the first place was there are distinctions between every batch I've had from them so far. So the two batches that I liked the most were 8 and 10. And that's A and B.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was really curious about was if they would stand out. Now, one thing that you guys said throughout this experience, if you go back and watch it again, was A and B are related, C's off in the corner, which is true because it's finished in cab. That's why I try to steer you into like, what do you like between A and B? And amongst B, batch 10 was the winner. That's my favorite of the batches so far. Darrell, for me, batch 10 actually beat batch 4, which led us to some of this journey too.
Yeah.
So I really like batch 10.
Yeah, this is really good. It made A come across a little youthful for me. That's why I was like, this one earlier when I was saying it comes across older than A. C came across the oldest, not because of like the finish, but just. And I told Jonathan that on the stream. Like, I don't know he didn't want to tell us what age he blended in those same things, but I imagine they were a little older than some of the regular batch stuff that he's done. But yeah, man, that was interesting because I haven't had 10. So I'm pretty excited that that's actually better than 8 because I do remember liking 8, but tasting it against this, it wasn't as close for me.
It's the power of blinds.
Yep,
Yeah,
power
right there.
blinds. I might nominate 10 into our blind flight challenge and then see Kelsey's reaction when we have 20 pours and he won't know which one's which.
Yeah, it's completely blind. Like he won't even know like bracket. Like, dude, like I like it. And I picked up the MGP. He was like, no, there's no MGP. Stop.
I do think the B, so 10, and the more I was going back and forth, I thought it definitely had more. Knowing that it's coming from so that's Indiana, Kentucky blend.
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but just knowing that and judging by how they tasted, I would say that the B would probably have more Kentucky in it, whereas the A had more Indiana in it.
Indiana.
And I think
Maybe
that's why it seemed they were so similar, but like it was just it felt like the ratio they just screwed with the ratio, and there was the 8, there's the 10.
Yeah.
See, you nailed it there, Trev. That's what interests me about this comparison the most because I like B more than I like A, but I think B actually sways Kentucky. A sways Indiana, and I'm an Indiana advocate. I don't know how else to describe it.
Chunky.
Fanboy, like whatever. But I do like B more than I like A. I think it's just more balance between those two profiles.
Yeah. I guess just when you compare the two, that would be that's the best way I can explain it. Without knowing anything. Like I have no freaking clue about these. Or what I guess no one does. They blend what they got and say, hey, there's batch 10.
Pretty much.
So
Blend what they got, and then we talked to him about this a little bit. Like, do you blend full barrels? Do you blend partial barrels? Like, how do you do that? They got to blend full barrels. They don't have the operation to like take proportions. So it's like they got to plot that all out and then just blend it all together, whatever barrels go together.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it would become way too much of an undertaking, you know, like too large for anyone to be doing that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody who has participated in tonight's Advent Challenge. Watched us, liked us. If you haven't liked us, give us that thumbs up now. And it is about time to go head over to Jason's, maybe a little overtime. So, Trev, why don't you give us a sign-off here for everybody and, what they got to look forward to from the Bourbon Wrench here.
Sign off. Thanks for being here. We freaking love you. I freaking love you. If you're still here, we're 17 minutes overtime. That means you set your priorities straight and you stayed with a bunch of nerds for an extra couple minutes. We love you. Thanks for being here. I don't know. I'll see you Friday. Come hang out with me Friday. We'll drink. We'll do this again on Friday. Freaking love you.
There we go.
Love both of you. Love Kelsey wherever he went. He's probably he probably is asleep on the toilet.
He's have some friends in town.
Oh, he's gonna get some good steak right now. He's gonna have some fun.
Steaks and tenderloins and all.
Fun has just begun.
Hey, last thing though, for real, thank you for inviting me. I always love hanging out with you guys. You are seriously the best humans. I mean, we've been saying this for I don't know how long, but I need a Jeffrey Wack freaking hug. Darrell, I mean, I would hug you too.
3D someday.
We got to make it happen. You're one of the very few that I haven't met.
And guess what? It's going to get real weird when you meet me. So be ready.
2025.
All right. Well, everybody, head over to Jason's. Tell him we sent you, and we'll catch you on the next Whiskey Wednesday, which will technically be
2 weeks from now
in 2025.
Wow, this is the last of 2024.
Yeah, this is it.
Went out on a bang.
It's all done.
Well, cheers, guys.
Man, we are 10 years beyond the future of Back to the Future. And I will leave you with that note to ponder. Bye, everybody.
Later.